Hi YouTube, it's me, Harry Keys here. And for my adventure series, I go around to try to find, old ghost towns and old history and relics of the past and whatever. And excuse me. Excuse me. I've been trying to find, this old town that was up around Platteville, Wisconsin. It was called Toadville. And one thing that's unique about Toadville, it's where my great-grandfather, Nathan Hall, was born. And the town seems to no longer exist here. And the thing of it is, my great-great-grandfather, Benjamin Hall, he worked in the Toadville mine that was down there. And he would be in charge of the mules or something with the mine. And I'm going to show you here on my laptop here that all the discoveries that I found for Toadville, and you see, and I might have made some discoveries here for Toadville, and you can see on Google Maps there's Platteville, and you see where, fitting the descriptions of where Toadville was, it was somewhere along County Trunk O. My aunt and uncle used to live on County O, and there's Tennyson, Potosi, as you can see those other towns. But the thing of it is, I know my great aunt, my grandfather, told me about Toadville. And his sister, which is my great aunt, told me that it was like down in this valley, or whatever, just outside of Tennyson there. But I went and looked around and I really couldn't find anything in that bottom there. My grandpa told me all that was left was a water pump for the town, and as you can see, there's Cornelia, which is a real tiny little town there. And another thing is, I went to the library up in Platteville and tried to find, all the other, like history books or wherever, atlases, to see if I could find Toadville. And there was a guy up there, he kind of heard me talking to myself, and he was like, you trying to find Cornelia or something? And I'm like, no, I know where Cornelia is, but I'm trying to find Toadville. I heard that it's somewhere around Cornelia, or you know where it's at? And he's like, yeah, it was just east of Cornelia. And I explained to him that, that my great-grandfather was born there, and I've been trying to find this town, I'm trying to find some relics of Toadville. And he told me, yeah, I don't really think there's really much left of the town, and it didn't really exist too long. And he said, like, it existed from the late 1800s to, like, about, I think somewhere about around the 1930s, maybe. I think it existed till the Great Depression. And he said that there used to be, like, a town hall kind of down in that valley or whatever, east of the little town Cornelia. It's just southwest of Platteville. And he said that there used to be a town hall there, but it burnt down, like, the 70s or so. Used to have their town meetings, and now they have it at the Mount Zion Church, which is in Cornelia. And as you can see right here on Google Maps here, that there's the Mount Zion Church. There's County Trunk O and Church Road. Yeah, this is Cornelia right here, this real little town. It's real tiny. It's only about a few houses in Cornelia. But then I made some discoveries here that maybe there are some relics of Toadville after all. It's just that it's private property and you really can't get back in there. Like, I don't know if right there is a foundation or something. But the way the guy described it, that it was down in that valley, that's just, east of Cornelia, and I think my next door neighbor grew up down in that valley on that farm. I don't know, right there could be a foundation, or it's just parts of somebody's farm. I don't really know, really, but what really made me for the discovery here is this right here. I don't know if you can see it down in there. That could probably be something like a foundation to the town. Maybe. Thinking maybe Toadville was probably part of it was like down in this valley, and I think some of it was up on this hill here. I think that the river there, the Little Platte River, I think it went right through the middle of Toadville, maybe. I mean, I could be wrong. But, you know, I've been keeping tracks of like hints and clues or whatever to what could be the town. Of what could be, you know. I mean, I'm not really so sure myself, but I'm just going to try to see what I can find here. Any more relics or whatever. Via Google Satellite. Found another something. Like kind of back in there. I don't know if that's the water pump, you know, that my grandpa was talking about before he died or whatever. And maybe there probably are maybe some more foundations back in the woods or something here. It's just you really can't see them via the satellite. I mean, that's just my thinking. I really don't know myself, really. But maybe I might have found the exact location of Toadville. I'm not really so sure, but there's something that could have probably been, you know, part of Toadville. I'm not really so sure myself. And I'm sure back in the hills somewhere was probably the Toadville mine, back in the hills there. I mean, I'm not really so sure myself. I mean, I'm just lucky guessing where everything's at here. I mean, that right there, I don't know if that's part of somebody's farm or it looked like that could be a foundation. I'm not really sure. Up there maybe could be a foundation. I don't really know. But I'm thinking maybe Toadville was kind of like maybe in the woods here or something. But the way that one guy described it, that it was down in this valley here. But I'm thinking maybe some portion of the town could have been in the valley, and maybe some portion could have been up here in the top of the hill maybe. I'm not really so sure myself, and I think County O might have went through it one time, like there. County Trunk O. And it was an old schoolhouse. I mean, it's still standing. That's up around Platteville. I mean, I was going to make a video of it, but the thing of it is, somebody probably owns that, and I'm just afraid I'd get in trouble if I go up to that old schoolhouse. But I can show you it here on the Google Satellite here. Right here is the old schoolhouse. At first I thought that's probably where Toadville was, because that was probably the Toadville schoolhouse at one time, maybe. I'm not really so sure myself. But there you have it. My attempt to find Toadville via the Google image satellite, and there are probably some hints and clues to where some things in Toadville probably was, or maybe where the town was for the exact location. But I really don't know myself. And this was just a video to show you my attempt to try to find the old ghost town of Toadville, Wisconsin. So, excuse me. This has been my video. Sign off for now.